Hello, my name is Lorraine Baruco, and I'm going to be presenting PSEG Long Island's Customer Contact and Billing Strategic Plan Analysis. In 2012, the National Grid was the utility company when Superstorm Sandy hit, leaving 90% of Long Island's 1.1 utility customers without power. Minimum restoration was about 2 weeks, and there was a lack of communication as to how long that restoration was going to take. Work was poorly prioritized throughout the island, and there was a decrease in overall customer satisfaction. In 2013, National Grid lost the contract to LIPA, and PSE&G New Jersey took over. PSE&G signed a 12-year contract starting January 1, 2014 to manage the electric lines for Long Island, and they made a promise to the LIPA board that PSE&G Long Island would be in the top quartile for J.D. Power's utility East Large segment within 5 years. How are they going to do that? Well, specifically within customer contact and billing, we decided to go with the 5 Bs, and we created a plan on how to move the J.D. Power score of 519 to the top 5 quartile. Organizational goal focus, create direct performance linkage, and why J.D. Power, implementation plan, why, how, and setting priorities and responsibilities, and eliminate observation-based performance management. For organizational focus, directors were to meet with each of their supervisors once a month to go over how the department was doing, and supervisors were responsible for meeting with their own bargaining unit teams twice a month to relay not only their metrics, but to take any corrective action and behaviors that needed to be changed. In order to create direct performance linkage, I show you here, there's a J.D. Power phone score index rating, and we compare it to our metrics form. So, showing here how the index rating correlates to the rep's behavior and where that falls in our metric scale. Why J.D. Power? Well, when we took a look at the survey that customers receive and the answers that they provide given on the questions that are asked, we saw that, for customers who are transferred to another person, there's a 200-point difference if they are or are not. For a customer that's addressed by name, there's about another 150-point difference. So we implemented the questions that were being offered on the J.D. Power survey to make sure that they were correlating with the QA form that we were holding our reps accountable to. Implementation timeline comes into play because it was important that we had a plan of how we were going to roll out these new changes, not only to our employees, but to our bargaining unit. We have a very good relationship with our union, but in the past, transparency was not key, so we wanted to make sure that that had a role to play in when we were going to be letting them know these are the changes that were going to be made, these are the reasons why these changes were going to be made, giving them full access to, not all of them, but our lead customer service representatives who are bargaining unit, giving them full access to the employee stats and all the information that we were seeing with J.D. Power, so they can understand that this is the reason why we are going to be adding these new points to the QA, because we're seeing that our customers, when they take the J.D. Power score, will answer better based on ABCD. So we just went ahead and decided to use a ploy instead of being against them, which we kind of were in the past, to make sure that we had full disclosure and that we gave them everything that we thought they were going to ask, so when it came time for the changes to be moved into the action, they were on board. And then we eliminated observation-based performance management. Before supervisors managed minute to minute, we were scattered throughout different departments, not very much interaction or communication. We were using different databases that were not correlating. And coaching effectiveness was solely based on just the supervisor. There wasn't that much interaction between the supervisor, manager to director level. After we changed all that, and we more so had a perspective on how our competitors do it, how are the companies in the top J.D. quartile doing it, and the number one thing that they had different than us was their reporting. Reporting was streamlined. There was only one application zoning in all these different databases to give a one presentation of, here, this is what your metrics are for the month. So performance database in a now application called Tableau that our top competitor PPL was using to report out their metrics to the call center. All performance is color-coded. It point and click trend analysis, so you're able to go through the Tableau dashboard and deep dive into it and see different things, but all in one home. And instant appraisal, so make sure that mirrors exactly what it is you're grading them on. You give this scorecard to your representative and they can see exactly what it is that you're communicating to them each week. So before, these are the different dashboards that we were using to pull in all the data for each rep. There's attendance and their conformance and their adherence and their time, all just being pulled in from all these different applications to now a one home where you can see productivity, quality of work, and the customer focus, which are the three metrics that we measure our rep against for, where they are pulling from the different departments, and it breaks it down to see where the JD Power falls into play and the different categories under JD Power that they're being graded for. And it's also can be accessed by all of the supervisors and managed under customer contact and billing. It's more streamlined. It's, there's just a more clear consensus of what it is that we're presenting to our employees, so everybody is on the same page and everybody has access to the same information. And the end result of this, just one piece, is we started at 519, and as of 2018 we're up to 634. So we do have another year and a half left to boost our score, and that score does correlate to the other companies that are currently in the East Large segment. So at that time we'll see where we fall, but that is how PSEG Long Island used 3 of the 5 P's to create a strategic plan to help get them to the top quartile for JD Power.